Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Part of the reason I call myself the Peter Dislike Show is that I really love buying the dip, right? During the COVID, at the beginning of the COVID lockdown, when stocks and metals crashed, I bought a lot at the dip. Um, I have a funny story about buying the dip. The war in Ukraine had just broken out, and I was hoping to buy foreign ETFs. And I was teaching at Washington Technology University, and I called the HR to see if I could get part of my pay advanced so that I could take advantage of the dip. I explained that I had family matters, and I got some of the money advanced, but the HR girl was very upset that I had let her know at the last minute, as if Family Matters could or something that I had hoped for, right? And I love taking advantage of the dip, but lately I find my mindset has changed considerably. So I'm recording this just before Halloween. Right now, precious metals, mining stocks, and even some of the foreign uh, economies that I've been investing in have all soared to record highs. And a few weeks ago, I was adding up my net worth just to see where we are, right? Between my uh, brokerage accounts and my retirement accounts and my physical metals, among other things. I was adding it up, and I had $1.5 million. And it really changed the power dynamics of everything that I deal with. So, for example, I work part time at a tutoring center. A lot of times, my boss might not know the schedule for Saturday, and she'll be like, "Oh, I'll let you know on Saturday morning." Now, in the past, that's fucking annoying to me because I can't make other plans Saturday. What if I want to take on other gig work? What if I want to travel to? Back when I was living in Seattle, we actually had fun places to travel to. Right, you could drive 2 hours east to Ellensburg, dark skies, for stargazing events. Canada was just 3 hours north. What if I wanted to go one of those places? And you're telling me I'll let you know on Saturday morning if we have work? Well, now I just scheduled those other things, and if Saturday morning my boss calls, hey, sorry, I made other plans. Next time let me know as soon as you can, right? And it doesn't become a suction of life, right? Every time my boss tells me he doesn't know the schedule going forward, right? Similarly, I find other events to be less of a power suction anymore, right? So if I'm looking at housing situations or roommates, I have more options, right? I don't feel suction. Oh, you got to make a decision now, right? Um, I find rash decisions to often be terrible decisions. You're jumping from one thing to another, and I really liked it. And so the other day when Peter Shit was talking about a buying opportunity, no, it's an opportunity to suffer again. And for the first time in my life, I've taken advantage of so many dips. I've never had I hate the dip kind of mentality, and now I'm worried for myself. You see, when I first left my parents' home to go pursue my PhD, we had just had the the global financial crisis. Gold had corrected from 1,000 to 700. Silver was even more massive, correcting from 21 to like $8 an ounce. I really went to town on that with silver. I didn't buy gold yet. And then after I distinctly remember the day we caught Osama bin Laden, and silver prices crashed from $50 an ounce to 30 in like 48 hours. And then they continued to crash for another 5 years. And I really went to town on that as well. That time I actually bought a lot of platinum, and I started buying gold as well. And then obviously I went to town these last couple of years of when strategic metals were cheap, right? And throughout the whole time, I've been dollar cost averaging on the mining stocks, and I don't know why these last couple weeks I no longer get excited about the dips, and that gets me anxious because uh, I always preach buy the dips, right? Anyway, for the first time in a long time, I'm not enjoying the prospect of dips. Right now, the other lesson I got from my decades of buying the dips is that every time I feel like that's it, this is the last opportunity to buy. Every time there's a big dip, I always feel like it's my last opportunity, which is why I always end up really going to town on it. Right? It's kind of like I know this is not good, but I often behave like that in the dating scene as well. I get to go on this date that, oh my god, this is the last opportunity before I age out of this group or whatever the situation is, right before something else happens, career changes, and I got to get the most out of it, right? Buying the dip has that kind of vibe to it as well, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.